What's up, guys? It's Evan and Nick from Classic Nation. We just picked up this 1967 Mustang coupe from Butte, Montana. We're going to resell it in 30 days and make $10,000 profit. So this Mustang that we got out of Montana, we paid $11,500 for, and we think we can sell it and make $10,000 profit. Let's take a deeper look at what it's got going. The car was a factory frost turquoise. I think the stance is perfect. Evan, I didn't know what this was called, but you mentioned the Shelby drop. I think that's a suspension configuration change in the front that actually gets it about 1.5 inches lower. I know that it's got tubular control arms. It's also got new shocks all the way around, I think Bilstein's, and it's got lowered leaf springs in the back. So again, super nice, aggressive stance. This is the perfect stance on a Mustang, I think, so that's gonna go well. Yeah, somebody took a lot of time to dial in the suspension. It's got specialty spring rates on the rear springs. Coils in the front are dialed in Bilstein shocks. It's got welded in subframe connectors. So the spirit of it is somewhat of a track car already. I think it drives on the street perfectly. You can see it's got these nice sport seats that somebody put in the buckets, the high back, a lot of support there. Already has a fantastic stereo system. It's got, I think, maybe 10 speakers, a sub, LCD screen in the dash that's hanging below it. Sounds fantastic already. Wheels are 17x8. To your point, Nick, I think the stance is already fantastic. The 17s look perfect on it. Already got factory disc brakes in the front, but they've been upgraded to some aftermarket discs. So suspension, I know you drove it around already. It stops on a dime, probably even better than your 67 Mustang. Really nice brakes. So that's something that we won't have to mess with. The body obviously is in primer. It's in pretty good shape. I see like one little dent here, but the rest of it looks super solid. There's no rust anywhere, which is nice. Yeah, so good point. It does need a few things, starting with paint and body. I think we're going to spend around $4,000 to get the body dialed in and to get the car repainted in gloss black. That's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing we're going to do is replace this dash pad. This one's got a giant crack in it. New dash costs $160. That's going to be a pretty straightforward swap. And you'll put that in yourself, right? Exactly. Okay. Third thing I noticed is when you start it up, there's kind of a squeal from the starter. I think it needs to be shimmed, adjusted a little bit, probably a little bit of hardware there, maybe $10 to get that starter system dialed in. Got it. I thought that was just a Mustang thing. They all squeal when you start them. Is that not? That's just... Yeah, no, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. All right, we'll Speaking of squeal, there's also another giant belt squeal up front. I think we need some belt dressing because she does make a little noise when you start it up there. The next thing we're going to do is the fans. Somebody wired that to just go on continuously, and I think with the key on. I think we should reroute that so it's got a relay and it goes on at a certain temp and then kicks back off. Yeah, that's another thing. About $50 that has the kit, temperature sensor. Yep, $50 there. The next thing I think that's going to be an important improvement to make is these seats. Even though they're super sporty, they look a little dingy. Yeah, so I don't like that. I think we can dye all of this light color black, and it'll be a black interior, and it'll look nice and crispy. And the last thing I noticed is there seems to be a little bit of a rattle in the rear of the car. I'm not sure if it's with some of the suspension components or maybe a wheel bearing going out, but I don't have a dollar amount associated with that fix, but I think we should put it up on the lift, get a good look at it, identify that, fix it, and there you have it. The engine is very low miles, and I think it's going to be an easy flip project. Yeah. So we've got a crate engine. It's a 302. It does have 289 heads. It's got the aluminum intake. The engine's been bored 30 over, so it's pretty peppy, and it has a cam in it that's warmed it up quite a bit. It's clean. It's very clean, and honestly, it runs really good. I can tell that it's significantly quicker than my 289. It's, again, got a lot of improvements you would expect. It got disc brakes with the dual chamber master. It's got the aluminum radiator, electric fan. HEI or not sure? It is HEI. HEI, yep. HEI, hotter coil. I see an external starter solenoid. Yep. So. Yep. And it's already fused correctly. The wiring, it could be maybe routed a little bit cleaner, but it all looks really good and intact. So nice. Well, let's fire this up. Let's see what it does. Yeah. There's that squeal I was talking about. Yeah.
I could do without the squeal, but it sounds nice when it flattens out. Yeah. All right, what do we have for exhaust? I see the tips turn downs there at the end.
Yeah,
what do we have?
2.5-inch exhaust. It's got shorty headers up front. It's got an X pipe in the middle, and it's got Flowmaster mufflers. Somebody's really gone through the exhaust and dialed it in with a lot of people's favorite mufflers for this car.
Perfect.
Should we take it for a little spin?
I think so. Let's spin.
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do this. Let's do it.
Car drives pretty damn good. It doesn't have power steering though. That's one thing that if we were keeping it for longer, I might consider adding to the car.
Gauges all work. That's good.
Gauges all work.
Oil pressure. That's always nice.
Yes. It tracks down the road nice and smooth. You could feel it kicks a little bit on that shift. It's got an AOD transmission. So that's basically like a C4 plus an overdrive that a C4 does not have.
So that didn't come in this car.
Didn't come in this car.
So what did that transmission come in?
It was a later Ford automatic. I think it came in Mustangs that are a little bit later, and maybe other Fords. I'm not exactly sure.
Got it.
Didn't come in a 1967 Mustang.
So it's a 4-speed overdrive automatic?
That's it. Yep.
Got it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it does. With some shiny paint, new dash, all those things that you talked about, I think this is going to be really impressive little Mustang.
I think so too.
You may not even want to sell it. You may want to keep it.
I've got a few of them, but I've got extra room now, so I could be talked out of it.
Custom center console.
The Jegs Special.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jegs, we're looking for sponsors, aren't we?
Yeah. Or Summit, or anybody. I like the lights in the hood, the turn signals in the hood there.
Yeah, that was a nice option that came in 67. You could get the standard hood without the turn signal vent cutouts, or this style, which I prefer.
Yeah. Is it a working vent or is it a faux vent?
I think it's a vent. It's a vent.
Got it.
You can make anything a vent.
With a Dremel and a will to win. Yeah.
All of those things that we plan on doing to the car are about $4,250.
Okay.
So when you add that to our purchase price of $11,500, you're going to be at $15,750 for the total investment on this car. I am confident we'll be able to sell it for $10,000 more than that. What do you think?
I think so. I think it's doable, especially since if the paint turns out really good and the rest of the car stays as solid as it is, I think that that's doable. Again, the Mustang market, you know better than anyone. Even on a coupe, I think a well put together coupe warrants more than $20,000. There's likely going to be people that say, oh, you can buy them cheaper, and you can. Right in front of us, it's cheaper. But again, if we finish out these things, I think that there's meat on the bone to be able to make that much on a flip, and somebody's going to get a great car out of it. It's already a great car. I just think taking over the finish line.
Well, let's do that in 30 days.
That's the hard part. Let's do it. Let's commit to it.
Perfect.
Let's see if we can make 10 grand on this car in 30 days.
Deal. Nice. Okay, we got 30 days. Let's try to get this thing sold.
Let's do it.
Let's document how much we spend on it and what we sell it for.
Yep.
Here's the video.
If we were successful, perfect. If we suck and we're losers, then there won't be a video.
Thanks for staying tuned. We'll see you guys in the next one.